Your trend, not all side hustles are created equally. And even further, the best side hustles are the ones that you can actually execute well. It's the Bougie Budgeter, and we are here to talk all things side hustles, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the oh hell knows. I have failed side hustles. I am a registered Maryland notary public that has never signed anything for anyone because I just got overwhelmed by what I needed to do and I was not good at it. I signed up for everything and I had the book. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It just wasn't a side hustle for me. It's a side hustle that you have to do a lot of things in person. And it just did not work with my schedule. And I did not understand that. And of course, no one online is going to tell you if this side hustle will work for you. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, hey, buy my course so I can teach you how to do what I do. So I wish someone would have said, like, okay, if you're trying to be a notary, you need a lot of extra free time. You need to be able to drive to meet people or have a space for them to come meet you to sign. Because I was not about to go in nobody's house. Please. I have 3 key points, and then we are going to get out of here. The first thing that you want to think about when you are considering starting a side hustle, low energy, high payout. Low energy, high payout. What you consider low energy and what I consider low energy are never going to be the same thing because everyone's energy and wavelengths are completely different. What you have time for and what I have time for is going to be completely different. When we are talking specifically a side hustle, I'm not talking about getting a second job. I do have another episode about getting a second job that is completely separate from starting a side hustle. You want your side hustle to have you have the least amount of energy excurted, but a high payout. I think I saw a video about someone saying that YouTube is a great side hustle. YouTube is not low energy. In no form of fashion is YouTube low energy. And it takes a while for the payout to get out, but you can have a high payout. And that goes back to setting really clear and concise goals when you go into starting a side hustle. A great day for you could be earning $100 extra from your side hustle a day. And I think that that's amazing. $100 a day is, what's that, like $3,000 at the end of the month? That's great. Everyone's gauge and threshold for low energy and high payout are completely different. And it really depends on what your goals are. Where I messed up with starting as a notary was I didn't have a clear goal. I don't recommend you starting a side hustle without defining what success looks like in each step of your side hustle journey. So key point number 2, nothing is free to start. I do not care what the girls say. Nothing in life is free. There are tons of side hustles that are low cost to start, but there's nothing that's completely free. You either have availability of time, which is not free, or you have availability of money. Time or money. Even as a notary, it wasn't super expensive to start. I think to get certified in Maryland was like $15. I might be stretching it. I cannot remember. It was a couple years ago. To get all the materials and stuff, it costs like $40, $50 at the most. That's just the baseline startup cost. That did not factor in gas. That didn't factor in finding locations where you can do the signatures. All of those things are also considered and should be considered when you're starting a side hustle. What does it actually cost? Does it cost you your time? Any of your current utilities or resources? Okay, like you want to start driving for Uber, but you still have a car. Like that is going to take out gas. That's going to put more wear and tear on your car. That's going to also open you up for security issues, safety issues. All of these factors should be taken into consideration when you are starting a side hustle. Because again, nothing is free. We live in capitalistic America. Nothing is free. And the last point I want to make is collect your check and pivot. What does it look like when you've accomplished the thing? When you're like, okay, I don't need to drive Uber anymore. I don't need to do Instacart anymore. I don't need to be a notary public anymore. What's the trigger? What's the threshold? When you have that clear understanding of when it's time to pivot, you won't ever feel overwhelmed. A lot of people feel stuck, whether it's in their careers, in their lives, because they don't have an exit plan. Collect your check and pivot. Get the money that you need to to start really doing the types of investments you want, whether it's getting into the stock market, starting your rental income empire, or whatever you want to do, collect that check from that side hustle and pivot. If you want to stop working in corporate America and you want to just start your own business, what does that pivot look like? When is it like, okay, you've done what you have to do, let's pivot? Those are my points that I had today. Let me know how you feel. Let's check in. What other things do you consider before you start a side hustle? Have you started a side hustle? Have you failed at a side hustle? And I love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.